Hey guys, right off the bat, let me just go ahead and slap an explicit tag on this one. I usually try to keep the videos clean, but I got a feeling I won't do so today. I'm talking about Trump. I want to talk about Trump and the death penalty on drug dealers and all that. First off, I'd like to apologize. If you watched my last video, you know I got a mic. I'm not wearing it today. I was not planning on making a video today. It wasn't in the plans for today, but then Trump happened. I've just been pissed off about it. I made a Facebook post about it. Got even more pissed off about it. I left for work and I was, kind of thinking maybe I'd just turn on the camera and talk about it. And I'm running late for work. Like, I'm not running late as in I'll be late, but I try to allow where I have to drive so far to work. I try to allow a lot of extra time because anything can happen. I didn't allow myself a very big cushion today, and I had to stop and get gas. So anyway, I didn't have time to run back in the room and try to find the microphone and hook it up and all that, so I just said to heck with it. But anyway, before we get to the whole death penalty thing, as most of you know, I don't really like Trump. Not a big fan. Never liked him. I think he's just a bad guy. I don't think he's a nice guy at all. I also think he's stupid. I don't think he's very intelligent. And I think it comes through when he talks. Hell, when the guy strays from the teleprompter, when he strays from what's been written for him, you know how much I ramble and how incoherent I sound? And I'm a dumb hillbilly. I think he sounds even worse than me. He's, and it's, if you wrote down what he said, it's just unbelievable. And this is the President of the United States. I may ramble, but I'm just some dumb hillbilly on YouTube. I'm not trying to run the fucking country. So it's just been one thing after another with him. But now, granted, as much as I hate him, if the guy was to do something good, I'm not gonna, hate him for it. Right? And I'd even be like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's go for it. Back during the whole gun debate after the shooting, it seemed like he was going to crack down on guns and push more gun control than just about any president we've had for a brief moment until they got to him, and then he kind of backed down on that. He's backpedaled since. But and then more recently, I'm sure you heard of the Space Force. I'll be honest, my first impression of that, as I was on Facebook and somebody in one of the atheist groups or something was making fun of him for it, like, was laughing about it. And my first response to that, I hadn't actually seen it. I was like, come on, guys, like, let's not drop to the level of the guys on the other side, of just picking at him over nothing. Obviously, he's joking, so let's not make that big a deal about it. And then I went and watched it, and god damn it, honest to God, I left and I'm not fucking sure. Like, I think the guy, like, I don't know. I don't know. I think the guy might actually want a fucking space army. I'm not sure. I don't know what the fucking point is. I don't know if we're fighting aliens. Maybe they know something I don't know. I don't know. And then today, I get on there and I see that he's so he's having this talk about, drugs. And yeah, we got a drug problem. And I think there is ways to combat that and ways to help it. And it's got to start at the very top of the very worst. And some of the worst drugs and the biggest drug problem we have is all fucking legal. And yet, the shit that could help us, that isn't as addictive, isn't as harmful, that's the shit that is illegal. Kind of pisses me off, but we do have a problem, obviously. And I live in one of those areas where it's a huge problem. So let's go, President. What do you got? And he probably said some things that was probably had some good ideas. I didn't get time to watch all of it. I had to come to work. But he literally calls for the death penalty for drug dealers. Not drug dealers that have physically went out and shot someone, but drug dealers, because you selling drugs could lead to the death of someone. And it's just, holy fuck. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. And so I put something on Facebook, and when he said it, like, people in the crowd just fucking applauding. And I put something on Facebook, and I'm just like, usually I enjoy a good back and forth, but at this point, like, if you agree with this, just fuck you. Just fuck off. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me, you hate me, just fuck off. And it's already, I seen before I left, already people on my status like, fuck yeah, give them a death penalty. And here's the thing. The people that might deserve the death penalty, and I don't even agree with the death penalty myself. Probably, if you want to start running cases by me, and I'm not going to get into the whole death penalty thing, but if you run, certain cases by me and say, oh, you don't think this person deserves the death penalty, I'm probably going to say, well, yeah, that person does. But the problem with the death penalty is that we know we put people to death that didn't commit the crime. We know we fucked up in the past, and we're going to fuck up in the future. It's not a perfect system, and the thoughts of putting somebody to death that didn't commit a crime is, that's a pretty big deal. When we can lock these people up, you can lock them up. It doesn't affect how safe the world is from those people. It ain't like if you do away with the death penalty, we're turning those people loose. But anyway, not going to get sidetracked on that. But the thing is, it's not going to be those people that you think deserve the death penalty, because usually those people are going to be the people with all the money, all the fucking lawyers, and they're going to fucking get out of it. It's going to be the fucking little people. It's going to be a guy, it's going to be some 45-year-old man, some 45-year-old woman, whatever, that has a bad back, or, they're hardworking, they got a family, they're a good person, and then they got some trouble, some pain, and the doctors are just giving them pill after pill after pill until they're fucking addicted. And then once they're addicted, it's hard to get out of that. It's called addiction for a fucking reason. You can't just, sometimes just having willpower isn't enough, and if you haven't been there, you can't know. And then all of a sudden, one pill every 4 to 6 hours ain't cutting it. You need 2 pills, then you need 3 pills. Now you're running out of your prescription. You can't go to the doctor and say, hey doc, I need, I gotta take 3-4 pills every few hours instead of 1. That's not how it works. So now you gotta find another way to get these pills. And so now you're introducing yourself to a whole world of people that you don't need to be around, and it really becomes a gateway drug at that point. And then you can't afford to support your habit, and who knows what road that leads you down. Maybe you got to sell one thing to pay for another. Before you know it, like just some regular Joe like myself, who seems to, life's going great, and it don't take long to you could sink to that level and be considered, you don't even consider yourself a drug dealer, but you could be a drug dealer. You're literally, selling prescription pills or whatever, and then maybe it morphs into something more, turns into something else. And then those are the people, instead of getting help, and that's another thing I think needs fixed, is we just lock these people up. We just lock them up and then turn them loose and hope they do better, instead of really having a really solid rehabilitation program, to try to rehabilitate these people and help these people. But those are the people you want to institute some fucking death penalty, and it's not going to happen, or at least I hope. I don't think it's going to happen, because I think even the Republicans are like, well, fucking squash that. I would hope, but who fucking knows these days? Like, I don't fucking know with this president any fucking more. And dude, something needs to be done at the top of the pharmaceutical, like even, and I don't want to trash doctors and hospitals, because, man, I have a lot of confidence in them, and we've come so far, but I don't talk a whole lot about the issues with my baby, and but there are some neurological issues there, and we won't know the extent of for several years, to where it could affect her motor skills, and as for right now, it has her delayed on, her learning, like mainly with her motor skills. And but when she was a newborn, she's in the hospital, and she's on a ventilator for, it's all fuzzy right now, but it seems like a couple weeks or so. Like, she's on a ventilator. She's also on she's on morphine, and mostly they keep her on morphine to keep her calm, keep her sedated, keep her from fighting the tube and the ventilator and all that. And I could be wrong. It may have just been like a few days. I can't remember now. But so they have her on morphine for that, and then they take her off the ventilator. And as soon as they take her off the ventilator, they take her off the morphine. And so then, all of a sudden, they come to us and they say, we're not sure, but we think she could have had a slight seizure. Like, we're monitoring her. We're not sure if she did or not. But there was some slight, like, jerking. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, could it be withdrawals from the morphine? Like, did you wean her off the morphine, or did you just stop the morphine? And no, they just stopped. They just cut the morphine. And then she was obviously having withdrawals from the fucking morphine, and they thought it was a slight seizure. And it turned out that's exactly what the fuck it was. She was having withdrawals from the morphine, and it just blew my mind that, because I know they have to deal with this on a regular basis. They've had to see this over and over, and yet they almost act like, oh wow, like this was some news to them that would happen. And I couldn't believe it. And so they put her back on the morphine and like slowly, wean her off of it. And then she basically had no problems after that. And again, I'm not knocking them to a certain extent, because without the doctors, without the hospitals, without the wonderful people there, my baby wouldn't even be here today. Without a doubt, she wouldn't be here. They saved her life, and they're the reason she's here. And I'm thankful, and I love them for that. But still, like, now think, if they did that to a newborn baby, what do you think they're going to do to a 45-year-old with pain? Like, it's as if they're not concerned about what happens after the fact with this medicine. And the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, there's a lot of bad people out there doing drugs, but there's a lot of fucking good people, man, that get caught up in this shit. A lot of good people that get fucking hooked, not on illegal drugs, on fucking legal drugs. And then that leads them over to the illegal shit. And it's frustrating. And then you want to call for the fucking death penalty. And those are probably the people that would fucking get it. You think anybody in the pharmaceutical companies are going to, pay the price for them? No. It's going to be people just like you and me. Like, this could happen to you or me. very easily. You hope, you think that you'd be strong enough to fight it and not let it happen. But, you know, who knows? But this president is just... I don't know what's more frustrating to me right now. I don't know if it's this president or if it's the fucking people that support him. I'm probably gonna make a separate video on that. I've seen so much shit since that motherfucker started running, just from people that you consider to be good people, and some of the shit they've said, it's blown my mind. But that's it. I just wanted to rant about that. We got a dumb fucking president, and he wants to fucking kill people because they're, you know, he's like bragging on the way they're doing. Is it in the Philippines or wherever, where they're basically shooting people on the streets? He thinks that's a good idea. That's the way to do it. I just fucking blown away, guys. But I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to fucking turn on the video camera and rant for a minute, get it off my chest. Who knows, by the time I get off work, who knows what's gonna blow up on my Facebook. Maybe nothing, maybe, I don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm not fucking tiptoeing around the fucking issue anymore. You want to support that kind of shit, just fuck off. Like, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it. But anywho, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna try to calm down, think about nice things. I'm halfway through the work week. Yay! I got a long weekend. Unless I go in and post it tonight, I got a 3-day weekend. So hell yeah. And update also, guys, if you're still watching, coming up March 30th, if nothing happens, you know, I've talked about the tattoo. You may have seen in an earlier video, heritage or hate, what are we fighting for? You know, I talked about the tattoo and wanting to get rid of it or do a cover up. Well, I have an appointment March 30th. I have an 8-hour session. I'm going in, getting a cover up, and I'm really excited about it. And I haven't talked to the tattoo artist about it. I completely slipped my mind. But I feel like he'll be okay with me setting up a camera. Maybe we can get some video of that and put together a little something before and after. I don't know how much he'll get done in 8 hours. I'm hoping he can knock it out, but I don't know. I don't know really what to expect. But anyway, so look for that to be coming up soon. It'll be something that should hopefully get it uploaded next month. But appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Also, if you have any ideas for future topics, things you'd like me to talk about, you can put it in the comments, and or email me, you know, joe.drebelsadvocate@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.